Right, so it's started and it's running for the last time. Bye bye, old grey one. Bye bye.
Oh, shit!
Amazingly, I found something rather alarming when I took it apart. I'll grab one of these bad boys and I'll show you we had a broken spring. In fact, we didn't just have one broken spring at the back, we had two broken springs at the back. Completely snapped off the bottom lower coil, and I'm embarrassed to admit I didn't even bloody know.
Hi there, I'm Paul and I drink Monster because it keeps me going all day. Okay, so today's the day we get rid of the Auto Tragic gearbox. This video might be a bit long, but we're going to try and get the whole swap done in one video. So it's going to span a couple of days and we'll put a bit of time lapse in. But to show you where we're starting from, if you come over to the bench, we've got the manual box which has been painted, got new seals in the rear of it, so I've got a new seal in the rear here, I've got a new input shaft seal, got a new selector rod seal, I've got new polyurethane mounts for the rear of it, we've got new prop shaft coupling. I did take a bit of a video of that, we might chuck some of that in this video, I'm not sure. And then at the back here we've got my shifter bush that you might have seen me make if you watched one of my previous videos. Short shifter, all new bushings in the short shifter, new bush at the end, new bush at the stabilizer bar. We've got braided stainless steel clutch line, new slave cylinder going to go in her, got a new Glebo which is going to go on her, we've got a new pilot bearing, we've got a new gear knob. I'll keep that for a bit later because that's a wee treat. Over the other side of the garage we've got a new clutch kit. Let me just go and grab the clip. So in here from RTS Performance we've got a stage 2 clutch, and we've got pressure plate, new clutch release bearing or throwout bearing. We've got new bolts in the box. We've also got a new flywheel. Now, I did buy the wrong flywheel, I will be honest with this. I made a bit of a cock up. I bought a solid mass, not a lightweight one. So we've actually got a lightweight one which is due to be delivered in about an hour's time. If we get time, we're going to be banging this M50 manifold on with the engine map at the same point. So it's all systems go. At the point I'm at right now, I've just undone pretty much everything to allow the automatic gearbox to come out. I've been at it about an hour and a half. I'm going to start thinking about bell housing bolts, but at the moment I'm trying to get as much trans fluid out of it as I can to reduce the weight because it's a heavy bastard. We'll go and grab the flywheel, hopefully it's here already. The one that I've bought is actually from Competition Clutch, I think it is, the brand. It's I think 7.5 kilos. The standard solid mass flywheel that I got with this kit where I made the boo-boo is just around about 11, so the rotational mass on that was the same as a standard dual mass, and I didn't want that. It was one of the big treats of doing this job, was I had a lightweight flywheel, sorry. Let's see how it goes. If I can get the automatic gearbox out without too much grief. I've already passed the big hurdle of getting the exhaust manifold bolts off. We're hoping and we're praying to the mechanic gods that the bell housing comes off alright for the automatic. If that happens, then we should have this done by tomorrow evening, and I'll be smiling. Let's see how we get on. Why are you filming me do this? Look how well he can't get a bolt undone. I'm so uncomfortable and knackered. Right, so we are now 4 hours in, and I've got the one bolt syndrome, which I seem to suffer from quite a lot. I've got all the bell housing bolts off bar one, and that one is deciding to be a real pig. I'm taking a break from it for a minute. I'm going to start getting some stuff ready to do the M50 Manifold swap. I've already done the gear shifter inside the car, so that's done. The pedals aren't done yet, but to be fair, I want to get that one bolt out before I really go too far, so I'm giving the muscles a rest, doing something completely different for a bit, and then we'll go back to it in a second and we'll have another shot. Because BMW are fannies, they didn't put enough zinc plating on their bolts from the factory, so by the time you get 20 years down the line, the zinc's all gone. The aluminium is turned to aluminium oxide, and it might as well be welded in there. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that bolt yet. We'll worry about that when we get the gearbox off, but I think it will now come off. Right, so it's day 2 of the auto manual swap. We've been through some trials and some tribulations already. My impact driver's taken a shit on me, so I haven't been able to use it. The automatic gearbox, as you can see, is out. My god, does it weigh a lot. We've got a massive collection of bits. As you can see, we've got the prop out, we've got the oil cooler out, we've got the oil cooler lines out without cutting them magically. We've got the shifter out. The last thing to do last night was to get the automatic flywheel off. I've just done that this morning. I've just done it 10 minutes ago. So I think the next stage is new rear main seal needs to go on in its housing. So I'm going to bang that on now, and then we can start thinking about putting clutch, flywheel and everything else back together again. Ah yes, other thing we've got, manifold is off. So M50 manifold's ready to go on, but I'm going to leave that until I've got the gearbox on, so I can get the starter all lined up and make it nice and easy. So we're not doing too bad. We've spent about 8 hours so far. We're more than halfway through, I'd say. I think the hardest bit's over. Famous last words. So before I get under the car, I will make you aware that this is not really meant to be a how-to. There's a chap which I'm going to link some descriptions to that I've been watching from America, who's done an excellent how-to video, well, a whole section of videos showing you how this process is done. I'll link him up. His name is Menace, M3ANSE. But yeah, check that channel out because he's a fantastic videographer and he's done good stuff there. Right, so I'm underneath the beast. A little bit of an update. Basically, I bought the solid mass flywheel like you saw in the intro, and you also saw in the intro I decided I didn't want that, I want a lightweight one. So I went out and I bought a lightweight one, which was 240mm 10 spline M3 flywheel. Top notch, 7.5 kilos, really happy with it. Until I got it on the car yesterday and I realised that the flywheel and the mounting points for the pressure plate were level. So in other words, on a standard BMW's dual mass flywheel, you have a raised edge where the pressure plate joins to. The clutch kit that I bought would not fit that flywheel. Big disappointment there. And I made a call to go and basically put the standard dual mass flywheel replacement on. So yeah, We carried on last night. As you can see above me, I went for it. I've got the gearbox on. At the moment I'm just about to button up the slave cylinder line. I've got the prop shaft on, but it's not completely tightened up yet. So we're not far away from getting the exhaust in. We will be putting on my gutted exhaust and hoping it's not too loud. It's a bit of fun because I'm still 7 years old at heart, so let's just see what it's like. And then I've got to do some wiring in the M50 manifold. So I'm getting a horrible bit out of the way this morning by getting the underneath the car work done. I've got a back that feels like it's been on a sandpaper floor for 2 days now. So this is the morning of day number 3. By the end of this, I'm going to be driving this damn car away. I'm getting no fluid through the master cylinder or to the clutch at all. Fluid pouring out now like a billy goat. I used a vacuum brake bleeder on the end of the hard clutch line. Oh my god, this is so awkward. And I got fluid. Now I've got fluid at the end of this line, it should be good to go. See that drip? Got to stop first before when you do any fucking pumping. Yeah, it's impossible with fucking... I think we've got a clutch. Oh, the gearbox and no oil. But apart from that, yeah, we've got a clutch.
Cool.
We've got a clutch in an automatic car, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Not bad, eh?
Yeah.
Not as BMW intended it, but screw BMW, man. They put the stupid automatic boxes in, they're crap. I can't really talk and do this sort of thing at the same time, babe. It's really difficult, do you know what I mean?
But I struggle to climb the career ladder on a construction site.
So the intake manifold is nearly completely on. I'm just doing up the last nuts now. I've got the fuel rail mounted. I've got to attach the bottom hose to the CCV and the CCV to the dipstick. I've got to bolt up the dipstick. I've got to put in the ICV hose, the brake booster hose, charcoal canister needs to be connected, air intake pipe needs to be put on, air temperature plug needs to be popped into the air intake. I'm not going to bother with the injector cover at the moment, that's not important. Then the computers and then off we go. Yeah. Right, so we're putting a new ECU in, it's near the end of the day, I'm completely knackered. Just to refresh your memory if you don't know, the ECU we've got here is supposed to be mapped for the M50 manifold with a speed limiter delete and a 7.2k or 7,200 rev limit. So hopefully that'll give me what I need to get out of this, along with the solid mass flywheel, the new stage 2 clutch, the bastardised back box and the 3.15 ratio rear diff from the auto. Hopefully I'll have a bit of a beast here. Let's just see what happens. A bit more wiring to do and then we're there. The wire colours are not, that doesn't make any sense. I reckon it's these two. No?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Nothing.
No. Yay!
Reverse light?
Yes.
Well, we've just started it and it ran like a pile of crap. Now I am partly expecting it to run like a pile of crap, but not quite that bad. So I'm going to just wire in my starting switch and then I'm going to check for vacuum leaks and then have another go.
your thing lights? Is that what that warning has been about?
That's weird. That's really weird. Shit.
They weren't like that when you first started it up. They were on.
Right, so the beast is back. Since you saw it come out of the garage, we've done about 80 miles of braking. We've got to do about 500 to make sure everything beds in properly with the clutch, but it feels great. M50 Manifold feels awesome. The map's working, the auto transmission ECU is not interfering at all, I'm getting good idle. The exhaust sounds lovely, I'm really chuffed with that. It's not overbearing, but it's just perfect. So yeah, a bit more braking. We'll give you an update video once that's done, and we'll show you what she's like once she's fully warmed up and ready to go. And then on to the future, we're looking at the Nürburgring trip in middle of May, something like that. So we've got a lot of things we want to do before then. So keep tuned to the videos, I'll keep you updated, and hopefully by the time we get to Nürburgring we'll have a lot more action for you. And that's it, auto to manual swap, M50 Manifold, done. Pay 'em away.